Hello everyone, Crash is RTA Motorsports. We finally got the version 29 update that not only brings us updates all across the board, as well as stability improvements to AirLink, but also gives us 120 Hz refresh rate, support for AirLink. Absolutely insane. I'm going to discuss how it feels in sim racing. Here we go.
Welcome to RTA Motorsports.
Okay, so to get this going, let's talk about the setup first. Let's jump in the headset. So within the headset itself, first you're going to want to go to your settings. Then you want to go to the About tab and make sure you're running the actual correct version. Make sure there's no updates here. If you are not on version 29 and you don't have an update option here, I heard restarting your headset about 5 to 6 times sometimes will then give you the option to update. But you can see here we're on version 29. So once you're actually updated to this version, you're going to want to go to experimental features, go down, and you can see the 120 Hz refresh rate here. You're going to want to select that on. Now within the Oculus Quest titles or Quest 2 titles, it's not going to give you 120 Hz all the time. It's only certain titles have been updated to do so. But when you're connected to your PC via AirLink or the cable itself, the link cable, then you're going to be able to take advantage of that AirLink all the time connected to your PC, provided that your PC is capable of actually feeding you that many frames. So let's jump to the PC and do the setup on the actual PC side. So what we need to do while on the PC is we need to go to our Oculus software. We're going to go to settings, then we're going to go to beta, and then we're going to select AirLink on here. Now, again, this says if it's not in use within 24 hours, it will turn itself off. I also found anytime you restart the software for whatever reason, you're going to have to turn that back on as well. So just automatically go in and check that on every time you turn on the software. Then from within the headset, let's go back to the headset now. We're going to go up to quick actions. You're going to see your Oculus Link quick action there, and you can see that it's already recognizing my PC, which is absolutely insane. We're going to just click launch and let's see. And boom, just like that, we're launched in Oculus's software on the PC. I could already tell you that it feels silky smooth. I've tried it in 72 Hertz, 90 Hertz, as well as now we're in the 120. But within the 120 Hertz, like if you're trying to feel the difference between 90 and 120, it's there. You can notice it. It feels silky smooth, but it's not as jarring of an improvement going from like 72 to 90. 72 to 90 to me is a huge difference. Once you go from 90 to 120, you feel it. It's there, but it's not as huge of a difference. It just feels smoother. It just feels better. It really does overall, all the way around. But let's actually jump into an experience. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is let's load up Dirt Rally and a title that you're going to have a lot of things whipping at your head and everything like that. And you have to make very fast inputs. Let's see how it feels in there. I forgot a crucial step to getting 120 Hertz working on the PC. Please forgive me. I don't know what I'm even doing anymore. We need to go to devices. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man, my controllers are about to die any moment. I need batteries, stats, graphics preferences here. This is where we need to go. And you can see I'm already at 120 Hertz. You need to select that once you do all these other steps. You only select this once though. So it's not like AirLink where every time you launch the software, you need to select it. This you only select once. But once you select it, it's going to restart the software and then you need to turn AirLink back on. Anytime you reset the software, AirLink. Remember that. But another thing I wanted to bring up is the refresh rate. As you go from 72 to 120, just watch this render resolution here. It's going to drop every single step there. And it'll be interesting to note. It'll be interesting to see if I even actually notice that render resolution of 3200 by 1632, whether or not it's even really something that matters that much. I mean, that render resolution is still higher than some headsets that are out there. So it'd be interesting to see if that actually is something that kind of comes across through the headset itself. One thing I will say is sim racing in VR is extremely hard to run. Just hitting 90 reliably is a chore on most headsets, and my system is no slouch. I'm running an AMD Ryzen 3900X. I have an NVIDIA 3090 GPU and 32 gigs of RAM. My system is not a slouch by any means, and even then 90 Hertz is still on some titles very hard to run. 120 is only going to be harder. It is important that they drop that render resolution down. Now again, if I take automatic off, I can bump that render resolution up to whatever I want. But I always found that with Oculus, kind of letting them take the wheel always kind of gave me the best performance and the best balance. So I'm just going to leave that alone there, and we'll jump in the experience and see what it looks like. All right, everyone. So we're inside the car right now, and I do got to say the first thing that hits me is everything as far as the animations of the people in the background, me moving my head, everything feels smoother. It really does. And it is noticeable going from 90 to 120, perhaps a little bit more than I was actually letting on before. In the past, I remember kind of from 90 to 120 didn't feel like a huge difference, but this, so far with my head movement and me shaking my head, it feels pretty darn good. Surprisingly good. I am screen recording on Streamlabs, so your experience may not be as smooth as what I'm experiencing in the headset here, but I can tell you it's pretty darn nice. And I don't notice that resolution disparity we were kind of talking about before. I am running a medium preset on Dirt Rally 2 with anti-aliasing at 8 times and anisotropic filtering at 16 times, just for reference. Kind of notice the best performance to visuals through there. Wow, I haven't played this course in quite a while.
Jump, tightens, turn, 4 left over jump, into don't cut.
This is gonna be tough.
Very long, tightens, into turn, tight hairpin left.
There we go. Yeah.
60.
It's immediately apparent, just
middle of a crest and jump and water splash.
That that refresh rate feels so darn nice.
100.
Oh man!
100.
And Dirt Rally is, in this case, it's actually Dirt Rally 2 is a good test for that, because
6 right to keep middle of a crest.
There's always so much going on.
Turn unseen, tight hairpin right.
So fast, you really do notice.
Into 5 left long, opens to crest.
That increased refresh rate.
6 left long, into 4 right to keep in of a crest. Opens 30 over bumps.
Oh yeah! Oh man, this is actually working really good. The AirLink update,
Into 6 right,
I'm not really getting
60.
any
Keep middle of a crest and
any actual hint that I'm on a wireless connection. I'm not noticing any compressions. Feels really good. The audio actually is feeling pretty good, or sounding pretty good, I should say.
Down middle of a bumps to keep middle of a jump.
The last AirLink update, I was kind of knocking that connecting to the PC, the audio wasn't sounding that good, and it sounded like it lost all the bass. And it feels like it sounds like they actually fixed that. This audio is actually sounding pretty darn good. And through this entire video thus far, we have used just the
60 over crest, 3 right, tightens over crest.
Just a microphone from the Oculus Quest 2. So
4 right, 2 left tightens.
we're gonna cut right there.
4 right, 4 left, into 3 right long tightens. Into turn, 2 left tightens. Opens of a jump. Into 3 right long. Caution 30, turn 6 right. 4 left of a crest, hill, slow, keep left of 80, turn square.
Oh man!
Opens 6 long. Into 3 left long. Opens, tightens 2 of a crest. 4 right long of a crest, opens 100.
Oh man,
2 right long tightens.
this is awesome.
Into 5 left, 4 right, 2 left long tightens.
The nice thing about Dirt Rally 2 is you don't
80.
really
3 right of a
need
crest,
all that FOV too,
60.
because you're
Keep
barely
right of a crest, and
moving your
4
eyes from
right.
what's ahead of you.
Keep right
That's
to
it.
70, 6 left of a crest.
That's all you need to be
into 3
looking
right
at.
long, tightens don't cut, 60 of a finish to stop. Well done.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Woo. That was awesome.
That
Wow.
felt good, but let's check the times.
It did feel good. All right, everyone. After that experience, oh man, I do gotta say I am absolutely thrilled. This update has not only brought us AirLink support as well as stability improvements. The audio did sound better coming from my PC. That was a complaint I had in the past with running the Oculus Quest 2 on the PC. The audio did sound better this time, but now 120 hertz with AirLink, and it was really indistinguishable to me than running with a cable. It really was. It worked flawlessly. It worked well. I wish there wasn't as many steps to get it up and running every single time. I wish AirLink had a toggle on the main page of Oculus's software, or it was just on by default. You only select it once. But again, it's still beta. It's still beta, and it works so well. I have my HP Reverb G2 here. I have my Pimax 5K Plus back there. We own the Valve Index. I've tried high resolution and some high refresh rate headsets. The HP Reverb G2 is not a high refresh headset, but 5K Plus have the option to do so. Valve Index does have the option to do so. And I felt like in the past from 90 to 120 was useful, but hardware wasn't there yet to really support those frame rates. Oculus software has always been very efficient, and I felt like in Dirt Rally 2, I really felt that difference between 90 to 120. And in Dirt Rally 2.0, being that you have a lot of things kind of happening on the track you have to react to very quickly, it felt like a useful tool. It was super engaging. You could see after only one session, I am sweaty. And honestly, this headset here, if you could only afford the Oculus Quest 2, or if you could afford more, but you only want to buy the Oculus Quest 2, I feel like this update is further enhancing my recommendation to a very fun headset that overall, if you're new to VR or if you're an experienced VR enthusiast, is only going to enhance your experience. I could now take my headset and play any VR title from my Steam library, Oculus library, downstairs in my living room with wireless VR at 120 hertz. Half-Life Alyx at 120. I'm going to experience that later on today. Absolutely insane. Congratulations, Oculus. I can't wait for any other updates to come down the line. I just hope future Oculus headsets, the Quest headsets, have a wider FOV, because really, if wide FOV is your thing, then the Oculus Quest is really going to be hard to recommend in that sense. But this 120 for sim racing, if you own this headset, the Quest 2, check out that update. Everyone, be safe, be happy, have a great weekend, and we'll catch you all next time.